Hey guys, this is God of Politics and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be doing my final New Hampshire primary prediction. The New Hampshire primary is currently tomorrow for me as I am recording this on the 10th of February. The New Hampshire primary is on the 11th of February. Polls close at 8 p.m. We saw last week, just 8 days ago, 8 days before the New Hampshire primary, the mess of the Iowa caucuses, where Bernie Sanders won the popular vote, but Pete Buttigieg technically won because he got more state delegate equivalents and I think more national delegates as well. So Pete Buttigieg is technically the official winner of Iowa, but then they had a whole recanvass and everything. I think they're even doing a recount and everything. So that's a whole mess over there. But in terms of the Democratic primary, no candidate has ever won Iowa and New Hampshire and then not gone under with the nomination. So New Hampshire is actually fairly important. Although Hillary Clinton did not win it, she lost it by around 25 points and went on to win the nomination. It is still going to be important, at least this time around. We see a lot of gaining momentum and losing momentum from either candidate. We see Bernie and Pete and Klobuchar both all been raising momentum, having a lot of momentum on their side. Warren and Biden have both been falling. First, we will start off by doing the popular vote, just the raw popular vote, and then we'll do the delegate equivalents based on the fact that not every candidate is going to get 15%, and therefore they won't be able to get any delegates. First, we'll start off with the popular vote. Biden will get 12.5%. We can't do it too accurately, but Biden will get 12.5% worth. Bernie will get 29%. He's at the RCP polling average, he's around 27%, but I think he might do a little bit better than that. Warren, same thing as Biden, around 12.5%. Buttigieg just below Bernie, 4% lower at 25%. Klobuchar, also same thing as Biden. Yang at 1, Gabbard at 1. They've been doing all right there, and that gives the final vote total in terms of percentages. You have Bernie winning with 29%, Buttigieg with 25%, and then you have a steep drop off to all these other candidates you see. Before, Biden would have been doing well, but Klobuchar has actually been gaining a lot of momentum recently. And you see that in terms of the popular vote totals, Klobuchar, Warren, and Biden, it says it's the same here, but I think in actuality, Warren will probably become third, Biden will probably come fourth, and Klobuchar will probably come fifth. That's just my prediction, but even Klobuchar has been actually third in the RCP polling averages now. There are two polls that had her at 14%. I'm not sure how accurate those are, but I think in terms of the actual results, it is going to look something like this. But now if we go to the delegate equivalent, I believe, let's just put all of these back to 0. Put all these back to 0. And then do it with the delegate equivalents, the national delegate equivalents. That is going to be how they predict to win. I think Buttigieg, we'll start off with him. I think he'll get 10 delegates worth. I think Warren will get 2, Biden will get 1, and Sanders will get 11. That will give Sanders an official victory. It'll be close. He'll just win over Pete Buttigieg, who's been gaining a lot of momentum recently after his Iowa caucus. I guess you could call it a victory. I think Warren will also come third, a similar result to how she did in Iowa. I think she will come ahead of Biden. This will be an underperformance for Biden. I think it'll be a success for him to even come ahead of Klobuchar. But I think at this point, I'm going to have to give Biden a delegate purely because of the fact that it is by congressional district, and Biden may be able to get more votes in the rural areas, at least to get 15%, whereas Bernie might do better in the urban areas. You see a lot of the rural areas have a lot more older people, whereas the urban areas are younger people where Bernie can get more voters. Not sure how the congressional districts are split up, but I do think that Biden and Warren will be able to get the 15% threshold in at least one of the congressional districts. There are 2. So I think that at the end of the day, Bernie is going to win I don't want to say comfortably, but he's going to win handily. He will win over Pete, who will have some momentum. I don't see where Pete can take this momentum with him due to the fact that Nevada is not a state that he's doing well in, and South Carolina is definitely not a state he's been doing well in. But if you're Bernie and you get this victory here, you say, I can go on to Nevada and win. He's currently close in the polls. We haven't had many polls from Nevada, but he is close in the polls. And they could even maybe pull off a squeeze off a victory in South Carolina. I think that's unlikely. But we'll see if Biden can actually turn out any voters. Tom Steyer's actually been doing well in South Carolina. So it'll be very interesting to see the implications that South Carolina is going to actually have. I do think at the end of the day, I think everybody's going to be predicting this. It's not going to be any upset, any sort of upset at all if Bernie's going to win. It will be a victory for him. It will give him some momentum. Actually, in terms of the national polls, we had a new poll out today with Bernie Sanders having a national lead of 8 points. We had a surge for Bloomberg as well, but Bernie will probably become the official front runner in both the early states and the national polling because of this. In the victory is in New Hampshire. He's been rising for a while, and I think that winning in New Hampshire would only help him. But yeah, at the end of the day, Bernie's going to win. Buttigieg will come second, Warren will come third, and Biden will come fourth. But they're not going to be very significant at all. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. This prediction could be very wrong. Pete could win. Biden and Warren could both get no delegates. Klobuchar could get some delegates, but Bernie might even be able to do better than this. But he's currently leading by 7 points. But this is my prediction. You may disagree. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe. This has been a short video, but it is just my simple prediction, my simple flat prediction for how this is going to go. And we will see the results tomorrow. I'll be analyzing the results, seeing who wins. Hopefully it's not as much a fiasco as Iowa was. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video again. Please like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys later.